Physical media man, physical media man, physical media man. What'd you buy? Was it something good?
What's up, guys? Physical Media Man back here again for another Physical Media Man Monday video. I have another actor-actress spotlight video for you guys this week. Figure I'd go ahead and do my Gene Hackman collection. So before I get started, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, leave feedback, do all that good stuff down below. I'll leave the links to my Instagram page, my Physical Media Man Store Instagram page, my Facebook page for the Physical Media Man / Physical Media Man Store, my Facebook page for non-media related items, Hodgepodge Garage, my email, my eBay, my Twitter, and my Letterboxd account. So yeah, Gene Hackman. As I'm filming this, it's first week in March. And Gene Hackman and his wife and dog all passed away last week, so I figured it'd be a good idea to talk about his movie collection, or my movie collection of his films. One of my favorite actors, and kind of pay tribute to him in that way. So I have a decent amount of stuff here, quite a few boutique label items. I'm going to talk about those specifically. Quite a few of these I have not seen. Some of them are my favorites, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I do have a couple DVDs. I do also have a couple DVDs that are in storage somewhere, and I didn't go through and try to find those or anything, but these are the ones I was able to find. Like I said, I know there was a couple missing. I do have a big blind spot. I do not have The Conversation with him in it. One of his best movies, in my opinion. A really good movie. I just feel like you never see that one. So hopefully eventually I'll end up getting it. But yeah, first up, which has I want to say this has a Olive Films release. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if I am. But we got Gene, Danny DeVito, and Delroy Lindo, if I'm saying that correctly. He's in a bunch of stuff. And Heist. Remember this one being a pretty good movie, obviously. Heist genre film. Got this from the old Hollywood Videos. So it's been a while since I watched it, but I remember it being pretty good. Next up is one I haven't seen, and you're going to see here later. So I do really like the artwork on this, though, or I don't know, it just seems like vintage DVD kind of look or something. But we got him and Tommy Lee Jones in the package. I would say this, if you're interested, this is for sale. I might end up holding on to it, even though I have upgraded, but yeah. Next up, I don't really remember liking too much. I know a lot of people like, so this is directed by Wes Anderson, and I feel like I'm kind of hit or miss on his films, and this was one I don't remember loving, but I need to give it a revisit. This is the Criterion Collection DVD. It is pretty neat that all of his stuff has been released on Criterion, but yeah, it's been a long time since I watched this. Another old rental store. This one's from Blockbuster, and I'm pretty positive I got this in high school. Probably didn't know definitely didn't know what the Criterion Collection was at that time, but was happy to get it when I got it. And yeah, I just didn't like it as much as I had hoped. And then this was his final film in 2004. We got him and Ray Romano in Welcome to Mooseport. I've not yet watched this yet, but yeah, he retired from acting after this. So I went ahead and grabbed it a while ago, and well, it looks like I only paid $1. So, all right, now we're into just regular Blu-rays, non-boutique stuff. Remember really liking this one. It's been a while. A good war movie. I feel like he's great in these type of roles. We got him and Owen Wilson in Behind Enemy Lines. He was also pretty good in this, a comedy. We got Robin Williams, Gene Hackman, Nathan Lane, and Diane West, or Weist, however you say it, in The Birdcage. Another war type film. We got Denzel Washington and him in Crimson Tide. Another one I remember his performance being really good. This one, I feel like is an underrated movie. I think we rewatched it a few years ago, and I thought it still held up really well, and I really enjoyed it. Directed by Tony Scott. You got Will Smith and Gene Hackman in Enemy of the State. Another great performance by Hackman in this one. I really, really enjoy this movie, so really happy to have it in the collection. One of my favorites. And next up, we got one of his two Oscars for, this was his first Oscar for this performance. It also won the Best Picture, Directing, Adapted Screenplay, and Film Editing. We got The French Connection, really his most famous movie, most famous role is Popeye Doyle. I rewatched this. I remember really, 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 really liking it the first time I watched it, and rewatched it a year or two ago, and still thought it was really good. And it wasn't quite as good as I had remembered, but I still thought it was really good. So this one has a lot of special features on it too. But yeah, had this one for the Best Picture winner selection. I've not watched this yet. We have the sequel, French Connection 2. He obviously plays Popeye Doyle again, the New York detective. But this one's directed by John Frankenheimer, and the first one's directed by William Friedkin. So, yeah, I'll have to check that out here at some point. Next up, we got my other probably favorite of his. We got Hoosiers, at least around here in Indiana. We love this movie, and I have the movie poster hanging up over there. It's signed by the players in the film, as well as the the writer of the film. I really wanted to get Gene Hackman to sign it too, but that would have been really hard to do. I guess he didn't really do any public appearances or anything the last 20 or so years. So, but anyways, he plays Norman Dale, a high school basketball coach. This is based on a true story. This actually has the original 1954 championship game as a special feature. Not both of the Blu-rays had it, but this one does. So if you ever see it, definitely try to grab it. It also has a Hoosier history documentary, as well as deleted scenes and audio commentary. But one of the best sports movies ever, especially basketball related, but just in general sports films, one of the best. And his performance is great in this one too. He plays a great coach, as he also does in one of the next two movies here. But next up, we got The Quick and the Dead with him, Sharon Stone, Russell Crowe, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Pretty fun Western. This one came out in 1995. All right, and then another sports one that was one of my favorites. He's really good in this one too. Plays a coach again. You got Keanu Reeves and him in The Replacements. Of course, Keanu plays Falco, Shane Falco, and Gene's character is Jimmy McGinty. He's a veteran coach, but just a really fun sports movie. So he plays a great coach. And then lastly, for the non-boutique stuff, we got his other Oscar win for Unforgiven, another Best Picture winner, Best Director, Film Editing, and Best Supporting Actor. So he won Best Supporting Actor for this. Him and Clint, one of the greatest Westerns of all time. If you haven't seen it, definitely recommend it. And he's really good in it. So, all right, moving on to the boutique stuff. We got a couple Warner Archives. First up, I have not yet watched. We got Gene Hackman and Al Pacino and Scarecrow. And then I have watched this one, and it's recently got a Criterion release. But I already had the Warner Archive, so I'm just going to hold on to this. We got Night Moves. Another one where he plays somewhat of a detective. He is LA detective Harry Mosby. Another really good performance and a good movie. Recommend that one if you haven't seen it yet. And then the rest is Kino stuff, and I have a stack here. I have not watched hardly any of these. In fact, I haven't. But I have all of the Kino releases that he is in that I'm aware of besides Narrow Margin. So I'll have to try to pick that one up. So yeah, I haven't seen any of these, so I can't have any insight really in them, but I was a big Gene Hackman fan, so I wanted to get all of the Kino stuff that he was in. So first up, we got him, Lee Marvin, and Sissy Spacek in Prime Cut. Here's where I upgraded the package, the one with him and Tommy Lee Jones. I've heard this one's really good. You got him and William Dafoe and Mississippi Burning. Company Business. Him and Chris O'Donnell in The Chamber. Him and Danny Glover in Bat 21. Him and Barbara Streisand in All Night Long. We got some with slipcovers here. This was one of my recent pickups. Him, Susan Sarandon, Paul Newman, and Twilight. Looked pretty good. Another one where he's somewhat of a detective, I believe. And then we got him and Matt Dillon in The Target. Or just Target, sorry. Just Target. And then lastly, a friend of the show, Cody, just watched this and said it was really good. And I feel like I've heard some other people say that. But looking forward to checking this one out because I'm a big Kevin Costner fan as well. But we got the two of them and No Way Out. So that is everything for my Gene Hackman collection. What's your favorite Gene Hackman movie? Hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't yet done so, please make sure to subscribe. Yes. Sad that he passed away, one of the greatest actors of all time, but yeah. Hope you enjoyed this. This is Physical Media Man signing off. Physical Media will never die.
Physical Media Man. Physical Media Man. Physical Media Man. Yeah!